Good morning and welcome to the regular planning and zoning meeting. Today is December 3rd. It is 9 o'clock in the morning and we will now come to order. Can we please have a moment of silence? Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The next item on the agenda, or changes to the agenda, is there any changes any commissioner would like to make? Seeing none, we'll do, is there any opposition? Okay. Can I have a motion to adopt the agenda as presented, please?
Motion to adopt.
Thank you, Ms. Apking and Senator. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay. Motion carries. Next is the approval of minutes. The November 5th, 2025 minutes were included for your packet for review. Is there any discussion?
I move that we accept them as submitted.
Can I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Martin? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Nay. Motion carries. 7A is business. We will elect the chair and vice chair. I will open up the floor for nominations for chair. No seconds necessary. The responsibility of the chair is to preside over the meeting, and you may nominate yourself if you'd like to become chair. Mr.
I'd like to nominate Don Atkin, please.
Any other nominations for chair? All right. I'm going to take roll call. Yeah, oh. Yep.
Yeah.
No second? May I have a second? Mr. Moore?
Second.
All right, so Mr. Moore. Thank you, Sharon. So we're going to take a vote. Apking?
Apking.
It's an aye. Thank you, sir. Mr. Botana?
Aye.
Mr. Estes?
Aye.
Martin? Aye. Moore? Aye. Senatore? Aye. Severson? Aye. All ayes, motion carries. And now we will do for vice chair. May I have a nomination for vice chair? Mr. Senator? Can I have a second? Mr. Severson? All right. You're nominating Mr. Moore? Change paper. Okay, so we have two people. We have Mr. Apking and Mr. Moore for vice chair as being nominated.
Senator.
Mr. Senator, I'm sorry, excuse me. I'll do a tally now. Mr. Apking, who do you?
Moore.
Mr. Botana?
Senator.
Mr. Estes?
Senator.
Mr. Martin? Mr. Moore? Mr. Senator? And Mr. Severson? So that's 3 for Mr. Moore and 4 for Mr. Senator. May I have a motion to appoint as vice chair Mr. Senator? Mr. Apking, you are chair. Okay. We're gonna, Mr. Apking as chair, I believe. He passed the gavel. Okay, so Mr. Apking, and the second was Mr. Severson? Good. I will now take roll for vice chair. The motion is again to appoint Mr. Senatore as vice chair. Mr. Apking?
Aye.
Mr. Botana?
Aye.
Estes?
Aye.
Martin?
Aye.
Moore? Senatore? Severson? All ayes. Motion carried. We will now go ahead and change seats. So if you would grab your nameplate, please, and take it.
That's not the right spot.
Everybody settled? Next item on the agenda is item 8, Planning and Zoning Commission public hearing. There's none today. The next item is item 9, citizens input time. I'll now open the floor for citizens input. Any members of the audience wishing to speak, please use the podium to the right, facing the dais. State your name for the record. It's a maximum of 30 minutes, 3 minutes per speaker. Go ahead.
Good morning. My name is Joseph Benazia. I'm a Cape Coral resident. I live on Southwest First Court. Behind me are hundreds of acres of uplands and wetlands where the proposed Redfish Point development is a matter of great interest to the entire neighborhood. I think Redfish Point is going to be on your radar again very soon. I would like to bring something to your attention. Over the summer, former Mayor Joseph Mazurkiewicz, who is now a paid consultant for the Zemel Trust, the property owner there, had an article in The Breeze. His main point was that Redfish Point is a perfect example of responsible growth. His main idea there is that, after all, we have hundreds of acres. We're only going to be building on about 93 of them. At least 240 acres will be preserved in perpetuity. That would have been a really, really good argument a couple of decades ago. It would have been an absolutely visionary argument back in the 1950s and the 1960s. I had a handout distributed to all of you. What you'll see there is Lee County, the amount of development back in 1960, when this property had been owned for 6 years, and then in 2020. It has been absolutely explosive growth since then. What might have made sense back then no longer makes sense now. We have precious little open space left. If we keep on building on every last acre that we have, even if it's not building on the entire acreage, we're chipping away, we'll have almost nothing left. My house was flooded during Ian, as were hundreds of other houses in that neighborhood. Would have been far worse if we didn't have the protection of those mangroves. It's also a wonderful wildlife haven. So as Redfish Point becomes before you in the next couple of months, please keep in mind that what might have been a good idea decades ago, no longer a good idea now. In case you didn't know, Cape Coral is one of 9 cities in the nation most at risk from future storms. It's not if we're going to have another Ian, it's simply when we're going to have another Ian. And we need the protection that those wetlands, those mangroves provide us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Eileen Benezia. I too live on Southwest First Court. From about 2018, the representatives and owners of the land south of Rotary Park, also known as Redfish Point, have planned, surveyed, designed, and through communications with the staff of the city, tried to have the zoning on this land changed from natural preserve to mixed use. Finally, in March 2025, the city staff, in a 25-page discussion, recommended denial of the change. There were many reasons they cited. One, access would have been to be from Rose Garden Boulevard and run along the southern boundary of Rotary Park. This would destroy the peacefulness of the park, the hydrology of the water and the land, and would affect all the wildlife in the area. Also, the development would have a negative impact on the surrounding neighborhood. During storms and rising sea levels, it would have made any type of evacuation hazardous to the area residents and first responders. The area also does not have the infrastructure to support the development. New water mains, sewers, and irrigations would have to be installed in the roads. Additional vehicular traffic would require additional police and fire services to the area. This also would have had a negative impact on the main access roads through the surrounding areas, Pelican Boulevard, Skyline Drive, and Cape Coral Parkway, which already is a mess. The city placed a restrictive future land use classification on this property in 1989, and there is no historical background, the city staff stated, which would have led them to the reasonable expectation for mixed-use development on this site. This is the city staff recommending this. Well, the owners and representatives have not given up and have once again modified their petition to try to have the designation changed. We anticipate the revised petition to come before this board for approval in the upcoming months. And when it does come before you, please keep in mind, these are not just my thoughts, but the comments and the denial by the city staff regarding this proposal. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning. My name's Debbie Wheeler, and I just want to praise you all for one thing before I get started. When I come to before the city council, they're always doing other things and not really looking at the people. You guys are really paying attention. Thank you. Because sometimes we come up here and we think, why are we even here? So thank you for paying attention. I appreciate it. I wrote this down because this is emotional for me. I've lived here for 45 years, and I've watched too much stuff happen here. I lived in the Southwest, and we wanted to move up to the Northeast to get away from the hustle and bustle, as you can see, and now our Northeast is being ruined, as I'm saying. I wrote this down because it's emotional, like I said. Justice for all is what we just said at the end of the pledge. And it's so funny because today in my study with God, it said he wants justice for all. And right now, I don't see justice for all in our community. We take care of the Southwest because that's where the money is. But we don't take care of the Northeast because they don't think there's a lot of money. Our place up there is looking like Lehigh Acres, and I do not want that. We don't have code enforcement up there. We don't have police protection. We continuously have things like adding a storage unit across the street from a high school that I used to teach at, where one of my students was hit by a car because we don't have any school zone there. We have been 180 unit apartment building we're putting up there right across from a school. We have a beautiful park, but that took forever to get. We had to fight to get the two traffic lights. So I had to come here and explain to them that they're responsible for that. That's sad. We need our area and our neighborhood taken care of. My husband and I put a lot of money into our property. We were planning on selling it at the end when we're ready to go into a community. But you know what? It's not going to be worth anything because you keep adding crap up there. If you change the area back in the back to commercial, we're going to get who knows what, a strip mall, something else. You guys need to stop and realize if you were living up there, how would you feel? We have children there. We have children at a school. We have a beautiful park, but we also have constant traffic because you keep adding more things to us. Please, I was here because that was supposed to be on the agenda today. Please stop. Please listen. We don't want it. You would not put that down in the southwest, you know that. Please do not put it in the northeast. We don't need anything else up there. Thank you. And thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Hi, my name's Dave Cavello. I live in Gator Circle. Actually, I have two questions. With all the planning, I'd like to know why Gator Circle School is in a school zone. When you go there at 2 o'clock, cars are parked in a median on both sides of the road, kids are crossing the street. The speed is not controlled on that road. I've called. The police, I know their hands are full, but we need more police protection. And the other thing, with all the apartments you approve to build there, we only have 2 exits. Somebody needs to look at some way to get another exit. Traffic is getting worse and worse. And with that new apartment complex and any other projects you have on the board, it's crazy to get out of there at certain times of the day. So that's really 2 questions for, to see what the plan would be. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, and thank you for everyone to listen to us here today. I live in Northeast Cape Coral, and across the street from my house where I live, there's thousands and thousands of acres of land that they want to make commercial and professional. There's going to be a lot more traffic, and when we first moved here several years ago, we had the understanding that it was going to be preserved. There are a lot of wild animals over there. There are coyotes, there are bobcats, there are the gophers, tortoises that are supposed to be protected in the state of Florida. We have all kinds of wildlife that live over there that are going to be destroyed, that are going to be killed. There are going to be mothers killed where they're young. The babies are looking for their mothers, and vice versa. You know, there are people there that enjoy watching the wildlife. And the traffic that's going to be, the traffic is so bad already. And to build, who wants to live across the street and look in apartments when you live in an area where they have developed so many homes over the last several years? There's an Aldi's and apartment buildings are building all over the Prado. There is so much traffic. There are so many accidents and people being killed. You know, I mean, my husband was in a motorcycle accident. You know, he was sent to the trauma unit. The traffic is terrible here. Think about what you're doing. In the Northeast, we don't need no more commercials. We need no more apartments. This is getting to be like mini Miami. It's terrible. Think about the wildlife. One day it's all going to be extinct. People here don't want to look at more apartments. We want to look at the nature, the beauty of the trees. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. Is there anyone else wishing to speak? Seeing none, citizens' input is now closed. Moving along to item 10, staff updates. Are there any staff updates?
Good morning, Planning Division, Wyatt Daltrey Planning Division. We have no staff updates for the P&Z Commission.
Thanks, Wade. Item 11, unfinished business. Does anyone have any unfinished business to discuss? I think there's any. Okay, none. Item 12, member comments. Do we have any member comments? Please remember to, if your microphone is on, to speak for our new members. Any member comments? Seeing none. Item 13 is time and place of future meeting. There'll be a regular Planning and Zoning Commission meeting on Wednesday, January 7th, 2026 at 9 a.m. in council chambers. Motion to adjourn?
Make a motion that we adjourn?
I will second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Meeting is closed. Thank you.